I thought I'd make a little video about how I got my brain injury. Just like, before my brain injury, I was a completely healthy, normal person. I went to work one day. I worked as a carer in a care home, and I just about got on to start my shift. We went through the list of names of the residents, and without warning, I collapsed, and the first thing to hit the floor, unfortunately, was my head, and it's like complete concrete, and that caused me to have a bleed on the brain and have a stroke, and that left me with permanent post-concussion syndrome that will never go away, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what I suffer with. Constant migraines, headaches, passing out. That's why I have an assistance dog, as a lot of people have asked why I have one. This was by Christmas time as well, so all the workers were dressed up as elves and Santa, and so when I came round, all I could see was people hovering over me dressed in elves costumes and dressed up as Santa, and I thought, oh god, is this hell? After passing out. After I passed out, I came round, obviously I saw all that, and then I started to have a fit because of, obviously due to the bleed on the brain and things. This has left me with, like, I came out, I couldn't read, write, talk properly. I had weakness all throughout my body, which I still have. Okay, how I got my brain injury part 3. After I passed out, I came round. Obviously they called the paramedics. The paramedics came, and to be honest, I was in the best place really to have a stroke, in a care home with 3 trained nurses that have all trained to deal with strokes. So they were all there, so that was brilliant. But the paramedics that came, we were on like the upper floor of the care home, and they decided I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk or communicate in any way really because of the stroke. They decided that no, I don't need a chair or a bed or anything to go down in. They were just going to drag me out, which they did because I couldn't walk or anything. And they weren't very professional. Kept telling me to come on, get down into the lift. So okay, how I got my brain injury part 3. After I passed out, I came round. Obviously they called the paramedics. The paramedics came, and to be honest, I was in the best place really to have a stroke, in a care home with 3 trained nurses that have all trained to deal with strokes. So they were all there, so that was brilliant. But the paramedics that came, we were on like the upper floor of the care home, and they decided I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk or communicate in any way really because of the stroke. They decided that no, I don't need a chair or a bed or anything to go down in. They were just going to drag me out, which they did because I couldn't walk or anything. And they weren't very professional. Kept telling me to come on, get down into the lift. So hi guys, I thought I would do a little short video of how my brain injury affects my everyday life. Number 1, I suffer with intense migraines that can last for days at a time. Number 2, my speech is awful. My brain doesn't always connect to my mouth to understand what's going on. Number 3, short-term memory loss is awful. I can't follow simple instructions. Number 4, fainting episodes. That's hence why I have an assistance dog to prevent me and protect me from having these episodes, because I don't get any warning that I'm about to pass out, and my dog is trained to alert me. Number 5, PTSD episodes, anxiety attacks, which all lead to the intense migraines. These can be very debilitating, and I get weakness throughout my body. Okay, this is why I need an assistance dog. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know why. But basically I have a brain injury, and basically my brain and my heart don't get along. So I get very intense migraines very quickly. They can last for days or weeks. They're very debilitating. I have weakness all throughout my body, and I have fainting episodes. Now, these fainting episodes aren't like normal, fainting spells and things like that. I don't get dizziness with them, so I don't get warning that I'm going to pass out. So I have Zorro, my assistant's dog, and he is trained to check the chemical imbalance in my body so that he can tell me if I'm about to pass out. Okay, this is why I need an assistant's dog part 2. Due to my brain injury as well, I suffer with anxiety attacks and I suffer with PTSD. And basically what happens with my anxiety attacks especially is because of my brain injury, my body doesn't know how to deal with the adrenaline that comes from it. It doesn't know how to deal with the kind of the fall down afterwards and things, so I will start shaking and scratching and just not being able to deal with it very well, and then sometimes that can also trigger the migraines and the fainting episodes. Zorro's trained to alert me to when that happens, and also is trained to do pressure therapy, which is where he lies on my chest trying to get my heart rate down quicker so that I can get through it and over it quicker. So I hope this helps. Sure. I train my assistant's dog to check for chemical imbalances in my body, so for migraines and for my fainting episodes. And for both of those, what I would do at the start is I get cotton balls. When I'm not very well or I feel a migraine coming on, put them in my mouth, leave them in there for a few minutes, let them get all saliva and stuff on them, take them out, put them in a little container, put them in the freezer to keep the scent on them for longer. That way that cotton ball has the scent on from when you had a migraine. And basically I'd get the cotton ball out, and every time Zorro, my assistant's dog, would look or sniff that cotton ball, he'd be rewarded with a treat. And eventually over time he realised that picking up that scent meant he got rewarded. And he realised eventually that scent was on me. So when I was ill, he'd pick up the scent on me. Hi, I thought I'd make a little video about this. I might have to do a part 2 to this, but I originally trained Zorro using cotton balls. So whenever I would feel unwell or anything like that, I would stick cotton balls in my mouth with assistance and guidance from my partner. I was never on my own. That way that cotton ball would have my scent on it from not being very well. I would put them in a little Tupperware box, put them in the freezer to make the scent last longer, and then get them out. And basically the start of it was every time Zorro would look or at the cotton balls or pick up the scent, do anything to recognise that they were there, he would get rewarded. And then he started to click that the more he took notice of that particular scent, the more he would be rewarded. And so he started to pick up on the fact that that scent was on me, and he would do the same.